This is Saxon 5, Part 2 of Lesson 13, Adding and Subtracting Dollars and Cents. So when you're adding and subtracting dollars and cents, there's a couple things you need to keep in mind. In dollars and cents, there is a decimal. There are two places behind the decimal and as many places as you want on the left side of the decimal or before the decimal. But always, 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 two places behind the decimal. Which means if you're given the number $5, it is actually, while written like this, looks like that for your addition. Okay? Remember that you need to line up when you're doing it, all the decimals need to be lined up because that'll make sure ones, tens, hundreds, and so on stay in their column. Let's take a look at one together. We have $3.45. Add $6.23, add 50 cents. Okay, so first thing we need to do, we need to put them in column method and line them all up. So 345, 623. Notice my decimals are all in line, my ones, my tens, everything's in line. And 50 cents. Add them together. Okay, again, all my decimals are in a nice line and all my other numbers are lined up. This is referred to as column method. This is the method we want to use for most of our adding, subtracting, and multiplication needs. 5 and 3 is 8. 4 and 2 is 6. Plus 5 is 11. Carry the 1. Decimal here. 3 plus 6 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Okay, and I have, don't forget your dollar sign, $10.18. And I was able to do it easily because I made sure I lined everything up. Okay, let's look at another one. Now we're going to look at $5, add $8.75, add $10, add 35 cents. Okay, again, you need to make sure all of your decimals line up. Now, if you notice, these two numbers aren't written with a decimal. That means you need to put the decimal in. Now, remember what I said, there's always two places behind the decimal. So I'm going to write it in 5 decimal dollars, 10 decimal dollars. Okay, remember to line up those decimal places. 8 decimal 75, 0 decimal 35, add them together. Okay, these two numbers here is what always tricks students up. You need to remember that you are writing it 5 decimal 00 because I have other cents down here that I need to add it to. I have to make sure my decimals are lined up. This saying $5 and $10 just means there is no cents for those ones, but you still have to write it like this while adding to make sure you're adding everything to the proper places. So 5 and 5 is 10, carry the 1. 7 and 3 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Decimal, carry 6 plus 8 is 14, carry 2. You get 24, don't forget your dollar sign, $24.10. Okay, make sure you're doing that. This is where everyone makes their mistakes. Remember that when you see 10 or dollars, $5 or any other dollar, if it doesn't give you cents, that 2 zeros are there. They just haven't written them. Okay, now that we've done adding, let's go to subtraction. Let's take a look at $5, take away $3.25. Let's say you paid with a $5 bill and you're wondering how much change you're going to get back. Well, let's take a look. I cannot take 5 from 0, so I have to borrow. Well, I can't borrow from this 0. I have to borrow from here. This now becomes 4, and I'm bringing 100 into this column because that is what's happening. I'm bringing 100 over. This 100 can't stay here. I need it over here. So I cross this out. This now becomes 90, and I take a 10 over here. This is now 10 take away 5. So 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 2 is 7. And 4 take away 3 is 1. So you end up with $1.75. Again, biggest thing here is to make sure everything is lined up nice and neat. Other than that, this is the exact same as normal subtraction and addition. The only difference is you need to remember that after the decimal, even if it doesn't write it for you, there are 2 places for cents. That is lesson 13, adding and subtracting dollars and cents, part 2.